Thanks for joining us on Caribews News. I am Jake Baloney.
And I am Jake Ed. Here's what you need to know now.
Many of us know caribou by a different name, reindeer. You know, the one that pulled that fat socialist around on Sir Isaac Newton's birthday?
That's right, Jake. But what you may not know is that their populations are decreasing.
As to the why, we can only speculate. Perhaps it's from over-deforestation of their home.
Maybe it's because insulation of the main pipelines in the north.
It could be because of illegal hunting from aliens.
You know, I heard that ISIS ninjas were stealing them because they hate Christmas.
We may not have the answers to that, but we do have an anchor in the field with a live caribou that's going to show us a little bit more about this majestic creature. Jake, are you there?
That's right, Jake. I'm here at the Creature Conservancy. I'm a little scared right now. I'm not normally around such big animals, but I'm here with Sven. Today is his second birthday. Hey there, Sven. You are terrifying. He is as you can see, is a caribou. Warm-blooded, I assume. Haven't touched him, but he's a mammal, so he generates his own heat. He also has cup-shaped hooves that allow him to walk on snow, which means I don't know. I don't know. I'm not paid enough to do this. I don't work with this guy. Go back to the office. Cut the feed.
Dude, just get out of here, man. I'm in the middle of a stupid animal movements project. Oh, and we are back.
Oh, I guess there's a video or something?
Yes, there's a video of their migration. How about we get that up on the screen real quick?
This video shows the annual migration pattern of the porcupine caribou herd. Each dot represents recorded location of an individual in a single day. They begin their spring migration in April and arrive mid-June. They begin their winter migration mid-July and arrive in their wintering grounds around November.
Thanks for that, Jake. But it sounds like we're getting something from back out in the field. Jake, can you hear me out there?
Hi guys, sorry about that. Not really normally the animal guy here, but talked to my producer and he said I have to finish this or else I'm fired. So, I forgot to mention that caribou also have what's called a countercurrent heat exchange system, and that helps them not lose body heat to the. Oh God. Helps them maintain body heat, so as not to lose it to the air that in the cold that they live in. That's okay. Hey, you're not so bad. Hi. Oh God! Oh God!
Welcome back. We're accompanied here by Dr. Chappell, who we found just wandering outside the studio.
We can probably make use of his knowledge of these creatures to answer some questions about their migration and physical adaptations to their environment.
So, Dr. Chappell, in your expert opinion, how and why do these amazing caribou migrate?
Well, there are many different herds of caribou. Let's take the Porcupine Mountain herd as an example. This herd of caribou, now they're amazing. Now, they migrate from the north shore of Alaska, which is an amazing place, by the way, where they give birth to their calves along the border of Canada. Then they make their trek back down to the southeast to warmer areas that can sustain them during the winter months. Now, come spring, these amazing creatures then begin their journey north to give birth and repeat the process.
So they just repeat this process every year? They sound intelligent.
So how far is their migration?
Well, Jake, that's a hard question for me to answer because the average porcupine herd, they're going to travel about 800 miles on average, which is pretty amazing. But because the specific herd constantly moves as they graze, some individuals have been tracked at migrating up to 3,000 miles, which is amazing.
800 miles? Where do they put all their marathon bumper stickers?
Anyways, so during this yearly migration, do they cross any major obstacles or anything?
Yes, many actually. The obstacles are usually rivers that must be crossed during both the spring and the fall migrations, so the newborn calves must cross these rivers in order to make their first journey south. It's really quite amazing.
So it sounds like these baby caribou receive quite the entrance into the world.
So if the babies are born at the end of the spring migration, does that mean that those mothers are making the migration and crossing these rivers while being pregnant?
Yes, the caribou mating season is in October. So the caribou must go till the following May or June before giving birth. And there actually are a couple instances in which we've observed the mothers giving birth prior to crossing major rivers and then making the newborn baby cross it fresh out of the womb. It's really quite amazing.
Interesting. I figured they'd be more interested in satisfying their chocolate cravings and watching Netflix.
And women complain about childbirth. Now you're saying these calves are migrating these great distances? Sounds like an easy meal for some predators, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, you've seen baby deer right when they're birthed. They look delicious. And if I think so, you know the local bears and the wolves are thinking so too. Plus, humans like to eat them.
Well, that makes sense, because I've actually always been a fan of venison myself.
But what kind of physical adaptation do these animals have in order to make these migrations and survive in these harsh northern climates?
Well, as I mentioned before, Jake, they are absolutely amazing creatures. They actually have this physical adaptation that produces a clicking noise with each step it takes, and that is produced by their tendon snapping over their joint. And it's believed that this non-visual cue helps them be able to travel and navigate in harsh conditions. Because the bigger the reindeer, the bigger the click, and the bigger the reindeer is the guy you want to follow.
Ah, yes. Well, actually, I think we're getting something from out in the field. Let's see if we can go to Jake here. Jake, can you hear me?
Okay. I think I'm okay. I can still hear it. He's bloodthirsty, and I think I'm the only one left. I just don't... I'm not even supposed to be here. I just want to go home. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't even see you. Ugh! I don't know. It kind of sucked, but